too loud. Fuck it, we all too loud.
There we go. Welcome to Too Loud. Happy Tuesday, people. Too Loud Tuesday.
Too Loud Tuesday?
What it is.
A lot of T's, a lot of twos. Is there?
Not a lot of T's, but we're good. We are here live, as we always are, in the Too Loud studio. We have been watching about a good month of basketball already. And today, we're going to talk about the NBA. This first month in, who's real, who's not. And we have a special guest from the Gym Class All-Stars podcast. We have Alex. What's up, man?
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Really love to be here.
So, Alex, who's your, do you have a team in the NBA, or you just kind of follow it all?
Yeah, I'm a big trust the process guy. Big Philadelphia 76ers fan.
Ooh, their defensive efficiency is looking really, really good this year.
They're 5-1 for the first time.
Too.
Yeah.
Great.
5-1 for the first time since AI took your team to the championship.
Really? I mean, it makes sense. We had such a shitty year last year that 5-1, it seems like
it was Brett
we're
Brown
going straight to the championship, clearly.
I'm shaky, so they're not going to trade for James Harden? Do you want James Harden or not, considering the start?
No, because Tobias Harris has looked at least reasonably worth his max contract that he got 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's a real gadget player. He's awesome. Like I said, you guys are first in defensive rating. You guys are first in defensive efficiency, first in blocks, second in points allowed, which is probably the main stat you worried about, and third in rebounds per game. You guys are out there looking to ball and looking like a new team compared to Brett Brown's freaking, what's it called? Brett Brown's 76ers. I always used to blame him because you guys have so much talent. I'm like, why can't this guy get it together? But I'm glad someone is.
Yeah, and I really think Doc Rivers being the coach there, we don't see it as much because they've been playing really shitty teams, but I think he's going to make a real big impact come time for playoffs.
Well, we'll see. He has a chip on his shoulder because Paul George was talking
mad shit,
all that shit
Paul
about him
George
this
is
offseason.
acting like Pandemic P out there.
Yeah, and he's going after other people too, like Devin Booker.
Oh my god, yeah, he needs to chill the fuck out. Devin Booker definitely has more clout and respect from us, especially after a 70-point performance, man. That guy's a GOAT.
And he's just been balling in the beat. See, Paul George plays his best basketball in like January and December, and he thinks he's a god. So, but as a Sixers fan, who do you see as your biggest threat right now in the East? People are all on the Nets, but they've been declining.
The Magic are 5-2. You buy them?
The Magic are not a threat whatsoever. I refuse to accept the fact Markelle Fultz is good. I refuse to accept that.
Oh man.
Biggest threat. The Nets are obviously going to be a big threat. I think the Bucks though are really scary now. We'll see what happens with Giannis in the playoffs, but like right now they're cooking.
They're another team where I'm like, it's all up to Giannis though. Like they don't have that second guy that's like really gonna take it for them. But
you're not wrong.
The Nets are just fun. Like they're funny to me because it's all up to KD and Kyrie, and like you saw it against that in the Hawks game where they both missed the shot and it's not gonna work out.
Yeah, speaking of the Hawks kind of look like the Warriors, where they maybe be able to outshoot teams. I don't think they're good defensively, but
not at all.
You know that's worth something.
That's true. It's a shooter's league right now, especially ever since Steph Curry fucking came around, and Trae Young has looked like an animal. That's why he was my first pick in my basketball fantasy draft. That guy's coming. He's coming together, man. He's coming together. Him and JC. Gallinari's actually not panning out, which is surprising me.
And Bogan just on the corner,
yeah,
just shooting threes.
And DeAndre Hunter, another one too. They're a good competitive team in the East right now. They're 4-3. The Knicks are 4-3 too. You buy them, Alex? We're loud, man. Just trust. We're all these things, man. You can shit on them if you want to.
But like that's the thing. I expect them to be 0-7 right now, and they're 4-3. They have legitimate wins. They look decent. Like Julius Randle right now looks very good, but I just don't think it's sustainable, and that's what bothers me.
So I love Knicks Twitter because I don't see the Knicks as a threat at all. So I'm always kind of like rooting for them. I'm like, oh man, they're happy today. Like that's cute. So like, and Knicks Twitter loves us today because we're hyping up Julius Randle. Like, I want them to be like the 8 seed. This is the best they've been since Prime Melo in there, like 2010.
They have Kentucky Julius Randle, which helps, but they cancel it out with Duke RJ Barrett. And what you got to know, Alex, is Duke players do not really pan out too much in the NBA. Jason Tatum,
the Maple Mamba.
Who?
He's the Maple Mamba.
Time out there. Duke players don't pan out in the NBA. There's a person named Zion Williamson who is just doing a lot of good for the league. Kyrie Irving is another one, Duke player.
Okay.
Like, there are a lot of busts. I give you that. Like, Christian Laettner, big bust coming out of college, and was by far the best player all 4 years. But, like, there are some absolute studs from Duke. Jason Tatum being one of them, and the other two guys I mentioned.
I'm glad you brought up Jason Tatum because you did not bring up the Celtics as the biggest threat. Considering how well Jaylen Brown is playing, I said at the beginning of the season, if he is an all-NBA player, the Celtics are going to go all the way because that's who they need to be that guy with them.
Here's my 2 cents about the Celtics. Okay. They're always a threat. They always play the Sixers super well. But after last offseason, they've just kind of regressed. Like, I don't think they've added much to their roster. Like, they lost Hayward, who was a good piece off the bench. Jason Tatum has taken a step forward, which is good. Jaylen Brown looks great. But other than that, they're 5 people deep, and that's it. Their bench sucks.
I think they just need to let Peyton Pritchard get a little better, but I think Peyton Pritchard's going to be all right. I think he's coming up. He's going to be a young buck.
And Time Lord and Tice,
like, he doesn't know who the fuck Time Lord is.
Oh, Robert.
He's the only one that calls him Time Lord.
His name is Time Lord. Robert Williams. He's doing great. Like,
he's okay.
He's okay. Exactly,
okay.
Alex. He is okay. Sal just likes him, Alex.
That's the best nickname in the NBA, man.
Is it? Is it? Now we're going to have to go over the best nicknames in NBA history or what? Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
But, yeah. Who do you have as a kind of way too early MVP right now? Alex, you have any sleepers? Anybody that's like kind of obvious?
No one's really stuck out to me. I mean, Giannis is always a threat just, because he's the back-to-back, obviously. LeBron is always a threat because, he's the best player in the league right now.
Yes.
But, like, Luka was kind of my surprise sleeper pick, but he hasn't, like, he's been doing okay. He's been doing amazing. So I'm going to just say Giannis. Like, I feel like that's a safe pick, and it's a lame pick, but
no,
right now I need to see more.
No, you're right. You're right though, and I'm with you. If it's a for sure bet, I'm gonna go with it too. And I was with you too. I thought Luka was really gonna put on because this guy's just fucking unguardable, man. He could drive the lane. If you're too quick, if you're too quick to guard him, then he does a little turnaround. If he doesn't do a turnaround, he backs you down. He's just European ball, like, and the way he sees the court is so amazing. But you're right. I don't know, and I think Giannis is probably gonna win because they're gonna have a better record than Luka. And it just makes sense. This guy's fucking 6'11". Flies to the court for 3 steps.
My dark horse would be Anthony Davis, though.
Why? Anthony Davis barely plays.
But when he does play, the Lakers are going to be... Like, I think they're going to give it to him more this year than LeBron. They're going to be... Like, because you're not going to give it to LeBron every year. And Anthony Davis is still going to have, like, a career year. And the Lakers are probably still going to be the number 1 seed on that side. So, like...
But that's the problem. Like, Anthony Davis' success is dependent on LeBron's.
Yeah.
And, like, if AD has a great year, people are going to look at that and be like, oh, that's a causation of LeBron. So they're going to be inclined less to give it to him.
That is, you know what? That is 100% true. And that's why you shouldn't worry about MVPs. You should worry about championships. And that's what I guess Giannis said he was focused on, man.
Well, let's move to the West because we were starting on the East. Do you think the Lakers just take it, or do you see anybody sneaking up on them?
Clippers are 5-2.
The Suns have been, like you said, looking pretty good.
They're 5-2.
I will die on this hill, and I was on this hill last year. If the Lakers run into the Clippers, the Clippers will beat them.
Come on.
Oh, you can't be that guy,
Alex. I promise you.
We have plenty of Clipper.
I will die on that hill.
We have plenty of Clipper listeners who are like, yeah. It's mainly one dude, but he is loud.
I'm telling you.
And tell us why, Alex. Can you please tell us why?
Why have you decided to die on that hill in particular?
Because every time I watch the Clippers play the Lakers, they play them so well. Paul George is never pandemic P when he plays the Lakers, and Kawhi Leonard is LeBron's kryptonite. Plain and simple.
Oh, that's good logic. But the problem is, Alex, the Clippers are what we call cursed. They can't win, and
fair.
Last year they should have won, Alex. You know they should have beat the fucking Nuggets on that 3-1.
I had them. They were my lock to win the championship, and they blew it, and it was shocking.
That's what I'm saying. It's like unlike
shocking,
anything
appalling.
ever. And I think, Alex, there's only one way that they could uplift this curse, and that's to just leave Los Angeles. They could go to San Diego, go somewhere else. It's just not gonna work.
Or Vegas.
Or Vegas.
I kind of like that. Like Las Vegas Clippers. I kind of fuck with that. That's
Oh,
nice.
We would definitely go to the games and definitely be drunk there right now if this was all not happening. But yeah, fucking see the Suns. I just don't get it. I thought they were too much of a bubble team for me, but DeAndre Ayton's a fucking animal.
It's Chris Paul though. He's bringing the veteran leadership.
Chris Paul is arguably the most complete point guard in NBA history because he could do everything: defend, shoot, fucking. He passes amazing. But I mean, I just think the Lakers are gonna win it just because it's crazy because LeBron, you see him and you're like, oh, like maybe the Lakers will lose or maybe LeBron's team will lose, and then LeBron's like, oh, it's time to kick it into gear now, and then the playoffs hit and he fucking runs, and it's hard. It's hard to beat him in 7 games.
Yeah, you're running into a wall.
Yeah, and I think the only team in the West that can beat them is the Clippers, and it just depends, can they run into them?
And that makes sense. Because even LeBron said, he's like, man, like when he was interviewing on Undefeated, he's like, man, I thought we were going to run into the Clippers. So like you could tell all that was on his mind was, oh, we got to play the Clippers. Like these are big games. This is not something small. I know they're the only team that would stop him from a championship.
Nah, Alex, you hit it right on the head about LeBron and Kawhi. Like, if you think about it, yeah, he can't really get past Kawhi. But the thing about the Clippers looking good against the Lakers, my only thing is that during the regular season, the Clippers always take that game like super serious. Like, ooh, this is our Super Bowl. We have to beat the Lakers. And the Lakers are like, dude, it's January. No one cares. So, like, I think that's why they always look so well against the Lakers, because the Clippers care way more about that game. And even Clipper fans care way more about those games than, like, the actual Lakers.
Well, it was definitely like prevalent this year. Like the first game of the season, the Clippers really just went out there and tried to beat the Lakers. Lakers were like, whatever. We had 72 days off. We don't really care. Last year, though, LeBron looked like he really wanted to win. It was getting really frustrated when he just couldn't beat the Clippers consistently.
That's true. I did see that on his face because I'm like, man, LeBron looks really fucking pissed that they can't close this. And you're right. Because even one game I was watching, the Clippers versus the Lakers, and I could see that LeBron was kind of like, fuck, we're not going to beat this team. What the fuck's going on? Like, fuck this shit. Like, he looked like he was thinking, like, we should have blow up the team, but there has to be changes done. That's why he got Schroeder. That's why he got all these other people.
But that's the difference between last year and this year. The bench from last year, the bench was clearly better on the Clippers side. This year, with Schroeder and Trezor, that Lakers bench
that fucking traitor, huh? Alex, what do you think about Trezor going to the fucking Lakers?
You know, after all the stuff that came out with like Paul George and the locker room stuff, I don't blame him for wanting to leave. To go to the rival though, that's a little sus, not gonna lie.
That is, and then he acts like such a homer too. Like he's like all rallying with them, taking Instagram videos with them. It's like, come on, man, like you were just on the other side a week ago.
I mean, he's ring chasing, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, that's
he's young enough 100%.
Oh man, and then what do you think about Steph Curry dropping 62 the other day? You think it means something, or it's just a cute story for the Warriors because everyone thinks that they're good?
Well, okay, him dropping 62 first and foremost, like, proves like he is one of the greatest generational talents we've seen, and like he's either top 3, if not the best point guard in the league, and still is even past the age of 30. I don't know how good this Warriors team is. Wiseman looks really good. Kelly Oubre Jr. has been spotty at best.
Yeah.
Like, they have their moments. I think they'll be a low seed in the West, like, you know, one of those playing games potentially. But, like, I'm so glad Steph, like, went after everyone and was like, put some respect to my name, because he deserves it. So underappreciated.
He does. Like, he does. It's because of the type of basketball he plays. People are always going to, like, take the knock of like, you just shoot from deep and whatever, but like he said, he beat LeBron 3 times. So
yeah, I just really wish he had Clay. That's all I wish.
Yeah,
Clay's so cold. He would fit on any fucking team in the NBA. That's just how great he is.
The best part about him too, like he can shoot the lights out, but he plays such good defense. And he's so good.
He's everything you want from a two-way player, because you're like, oh, this guy could play defense? Cool. No, he could also drop 37 in a fucking quarter. Like, what are you doing? This guy's crazy.
You know what's an all too early prediction that I could see happening though?
What?
The Warriors being the 8 seed or like a 7 seed, and the Clippers being like the top seed, and them getting upset by the Warriors first round.
No.
Shit.
That's something I could totally see happening.
No, they would not be able to cover Paul George and Kawhi. I don't care what you say. Steph Curry would get torn.
Yeah, they'd put Kawhi on Steph, and that
Defensively,
would.
not offensively.
No, the only reason why it makes sense is because they're the Clippers.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
It's always the semifinal.
Yeah.
Semifinals.
And then I see in the 4th seed we got the Jazz. Have you been paying attention to the news lately, Alex? That Rudy Gobert, his contract extension has been getting clowned on by Shaq.
You know, can you guys elaborate on that? Like I saw his extension, but what's the hate for? I mean, he doesn't deserve all that money.
So Shaq likes to just like kind of like big bully like all these centers. He did it with Dwight Howard. He does it with JaVale McGee all the time. He just talks shit because he can't like I don't know. He can't
play anymore.
He can't play anymore.
He's mad that he can't play anymore because he knows he would dominate in this era.
Yeah. So basically, Shaq said to Rudy Gobert, he said like, this should be an inspiration to all kids. That if you average 11 points a game, you'll get a contract extension, 5 years, 200 million. Obviously, referring to Rudy Gobert. And then Rudy Gobert's chilling. He's like, hey man, I'm chilling. I don't have a problem. Then Shaq went a step further, put a post up, said if I were to go against this guy, I would drop 46 and like, what did he say, like 20 or something?
Yeah.
Like 17. And he fucking said, I will drop 46 and 17 while he'll have 11 points, 4 rebounds, and foul out in the third quarter. So Shaq is going at this man's neck right now. Do you think he deserves that contract extension?
No, but it would have been a lot worse if they gave him the Supermax, because Rudy Gobert would have been the first $60 million per year player with the way the Supermax is going, which is insane.
Yeah, that's really...
not even his fault. Like the NBA, they're paid
really,
really well. So it's like he's not gonna say no to that contract. Like I only average 11 points a game. I'm not gonna take $100 million.
Do you guys like see anyone in the NBA that's really overpaid? Like I think like obviously Russell Westbrook. What the fuck? This guy's getting paid. Yeah, I mean he does the work. He puts the time in.
He has an MVP.
You know what? He brings money. You're right. I guess I'll just switch to fucking Nicholas Batum. Nicholas Batum's making five years, $120 million.
Another person who like the jury's still out on if he's ever paid is John Wall, because John Wall's contract is massive. John
Wall is 4 years, $170 million, and he's already hasn't played 2 of those years.
So that's the thing. Yep. It's not that like they didn't pay. They gave him the Supermax with like I think he was hurt. Like he was coming off an injury and was supposed to be ready to go. Then he got hurt again. And that's kind of just bad management on the Wizards. It's not his fault that they gave him all that money. But he had proven himself. He had taken the Wizards as a top perennial playoff team every year on his back.
And then now they barely get a win.
But now he's on the Rockets, and they're doing all right.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all right, yeah.
Exactly. Just know, 2 explosive guards don't really work out. You have to balance it out.
They don't have a center. They have no big guys.
Well, that's their fault for running that. Dude, just know, Alex, the reason why Corona hit and all this COVID stuff happened was because the Rockets went small ball. As soon as they went small ball, everything hit the fan.
You're fucking right. That's so true.
Everything fucking hit the fan. I used to think Chris Paul's 4-year, $160 million was a waste.
That was bad spending.
But look at it now. What do you think, Alex?
Chris Paul, it's hard because he's so old now. He's 35, 36.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much left. But he used to get hurt a ton, which didn't help. But he's doing all right with the contract. He really inspires kind of mediocre teams like the Thunder and the Suns. So I'll give it to him.
He kind of looks like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, come to think about it. You could place him on a bad team, and he'll work some magic and get some offense.
Don't put Ryan Fitzpatrick and Chris Paul in the same sentence. Chris Paul is a Hall of Famer. Ryan Fitzpatrick,
I know,
a journeyman.
That's what I said. Chris Paul's one of the most complete point guards in NBA history.
Has Chris Paul won, he's won, 2 playoff series in his
career?
Fault.
If he would have went to the Lakers, he would have won a championship.
I don't know. Chris Paul got... his only championships are in the Olympics because he was with the Dream Team.
It's not his fault. He was in the Clippers. They're cursed, like you said.
And it's not Fitzpatrick's fault that he gets picked up by shitty teams, but he still pulls out.
No, it's his fault. That's definitely his fault.
Oh, man. Where can everyone find you, Alex, on social media?
Yeah, so you can follow us on Twitter at GymClassPod. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to our podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen for the most parts. Yeah.
All right, yeah, and be sure to vote. He's on Gym Class All-Stars are having a Twitter poll right now for one of the top podcasts at Bracketeers.
Yeah, in a really tightly contested race. Thank you guys for voting. I really appreciate that.
Oh, dude, anytime, man. Anybody who shows us love, we'll always show you love.
Support anybody who gets too loud.
There you go.
All right, man. Have a good one, and we'll see if your predictions ring true.
I'm always right, so they will. But hey, take care, guys. Thanks for having us on.
All right, man. Thank you. Too Loud here. Did you know that it's easy to make a podcast? Just go to anchor.fm and you can make a podcast so easy. Even me and Sal could do it. It's so dang easy. All you have to do is download your recording, upload it to the Anchor app, and they put it on all these different type of streaming platforms. Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast, everything you need.
I mean, I know I've been told, like, how do you guys just be too loud and make a actually good sounding podcast? And that's all because of Anchor. They have the tools to, like, you know, make it good. You can do it from your phone to make uploads and edit your episodes right from the app. They do all the distribution for you, and they give you money.
Cha-ching.
So Anchor is definitely a big help for us getting as... Oh, did we mention they get you ads to put on the show? They actually find sponsors for you, so you don't have to do that either.
And that's more. Cha-ching.
It's literally built for you just to talk. I know we use it. Our friends over at the Mike and the Song podcast use it. A lot of people, especially in this time where all you got to do is be too loud and at home and with nothing really to do.
It's not hard.
It's perfect time to start a podcast. And you should go. Download the free Anchor app. Go to anchor.fm to get started.
And we are Too Loud.
Here we go.
I'm too loud today.
Song from like Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, way too loud. Way too loud. It's new AJR. Can't be playing like the same 2020 list. It's already a week into it.
What's AJR?
It's letters. Well, welcome back to Too Loud. Special thanks again to Alex of Gym Class All-Stars. Let us know what you guys think about the future of the NBA and who you think's gonna be in the finals this year. We got a lot of great responses from you guys. Lunch Money thinks it's gonna be Lakers Nets. Jay thinks that LaMelo's gonna win MVP. And Hassan thinks that Julius Randle isn't better than KD and Kyrie.
You saw the logic though, right? Our logic is bulletproof.
Yeah.
Who's part of the Lakers, Julius Randle, who have 17 championships, which is more than Kyrie and KD combined.
And using Laker logic, it's
true.
It's almost too accurate to be like they beat the Hawks and the Hawks beat the Nets.
Yeah, and that's why he's still better. Exactly. It all comes around full circle. But you know what's not a circle, Sal?
A square?
These 2 minutes right now. What, smart ass? What's
Too
what's
loud
something
minutes.
what's something you can't hold?
Too loud minutes. Too loud minutes.
2 minutes on the clock.
Too loud minutes.
3, 2, loud.
So, as you know, on Monday nights, all the girls just watch Raw, and they got it in a treat because they mentioned Cardi B in like one sketch, and like Cardi B's mentions were just flooded, so she just started talking shit how like much she likes wrestling.
Okay.
She was like, oh, I watched in like the era where it was like Melina and John Cena and Randy Orton and shit. Everyone's like, cool. And then she's like, I really like Sasha Banks, and they were like, cool. And then
I like Sasha Banks
one of
too.
the like Lacey Evans, she plays pretty much a Karen character on
Yeah, for her
Raw.
versus Naomi, right?
Yeah, but then she was like being a heel and talking shit to Cardi B, and Cardi B was like, oh, nah, you can't talk to me like that, and just got all offended and shit. And like pretty much she was like, nah, I'm not fucking with y'all no more. And we're like, no, we almost got Cardi B at WrestleMania.
If Cardi B can't handle the heat, don't be in the kitchen. There's this guy, Sal, and he basically didn't like his girl's socks. She had a bunch of like fluffy socks. They had like cats and like, I don't know, it was just a bunch of stupid stuff on it. And he was just so mad that he threw them all out. Would you be pissed if a girl threw out all your novelty socks?
So her sock game was on point, and
Exactly. She's been collecting them for years, by the way.
you know what? That's fucked up.
What would you call him?
He cares way too much about fucking that girl's feet.
The headliner said controlling asshole. Would you feel that suffice?
Yeah, that's perfect for right there. Touch my socks. Fuck you. He's just bad that he doesn't have cool socks. Staying with wrestling, it was Legends Night, and Hulk Hogan was backstage, and everybody, apparently he's been giving out interviews like people don't like Hulk Hogan. He's like, come on, brother. They don't like me, brother. They're mean to me, brother. I don't get it, brother. Brother.
He's racist, brother.
Yeah, he doesn't get it.
Oh, whatever, brother. Anyways.
He's like, I was racist once, brother. Why not, brother? And they're like, dude, no. He hasn't even said sorry, brother.
And he's not never going to say sorry.
Brother.
Anyways, Devontae Smith won the Heisman today. 20 touchdowns on the year. More touchdowns than Julio, Mark Cooper. All these great wide receivers that came out of Alabama.
And they beat the shit out of fucking Notre Dame.
Oh, dude. The dog shit. And he was a part of that.
Do you think they're going to beat
Justin Fields and his
Ohio
magic?
State?
The problem is, the way college football goes, it goes off magic. So, like, even though Alabama tit for tat should beat them, something could get in the way. So, I'm just going to leave it at that for now.
Well, those were 2 Loud minutes. You know where to go. At 2 Loud Sound Ryan. 2 Loud TV on YouTube.
We have merchandise.
Teespring.com/2 Loud. Get some shirts, socks, tank tops, sweaters.
We've already gotten some. They're on point.
They look good. You'll look pretty. But I have a extra minute. I have something to be too loud about.
Oh, you're not gonna let me
I do
sleep
not have the
tonight,
time.
are you?
Well, it's I'm not in control of what helps you sleep at night. But as a Bronco fan, I just thought I'd let you know.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not the Bronco fan. You are. It's well known. So Von Miller was trending last night.
Okay.
And everybody was like, oh, does it mean like, because he was hurt this year. They're like, oh shit, is he like healthy? Is he like, lifting something? Did the new Old Spice commercial come out and it was funny? No. Apparently he has some baby mama drama. And
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Not me though.
She put up like just these texts and everything from Bob Miller being like, here's y'all MVP. And he's like, yo, this is the biggest mistake in my life. I'm disappointed with myself for getting you pregnant. He's like, yo, you probably should get an abortion. And yeah, he was a little too loud. Like, he's not going to get suspended. You're not going to get in trouble by the NFL. But like, being too loud, man. You can't say that specifically.
Sal, I just have something to tell you real quick, and it's short and sweet. How many times you want to hear?
That's too loud.
Super Bowl MVP, Von Miller. I've seen him at a party. I've seen him actually play the little basketball game that you kind of play at Dave & Buster's with another girl.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, he was competitive. He was not letting her win. He even like kind of gloated in front of her after like almost a touchdown celebration. He's got what it takes. He's an animal, Sal.
So he doesn't want the girl to have a baby because he's competitive. And and he beat her at
I'm just
little
trying to build
basketballs?
him up, Sal. I'm trying to build him up. You're breaking him down.
Yeah. I mean, it's cancel culture being like, hey, can't be a dick, Von Miller.
Are you trying to... You're a black man. Are you trying to,
Yeah.
fucking break down another black man
No.
in this country?
No,
Huh?
I'm just...
What are you doing?
He shouldn't... he's being too loud.
Is he being too loud?
D.
Man, fuck them kids, bro. I love that video. That was perfect.
But what do you think about Von Miller's situation? Are we being too loud? Or is he being too loud? Is she being too loud? Because she's the one just putting his business all up on Instagram and shit.
She's definitely not from Boston.
No, again, keep it on the low. That's why Tristan Thompson went there. And I can't think of a better way to conclude our NBA special than with that. We are too loud.
This shit ain't no problem, I'm up at the top and I came from the bottom. If I tell my shooters go get them, they got them. These bitches, they mad, but doing no problem. I'm back in the booth, Rubi be getting the loot. Hope you see me salute.
Next time on Too Loud. Too Loud, Sal and Ryan watch the NBA. With the Clippers taking on the Warriors. Will Sal be right? Are the Warriors the Clippers' weakness? Also, Too Loud Minutes with Wrestling Gambling, 6ix9ine Batman, and more. All on Too Loud. Catch Too Loud 5 days a week on Anchor.fm, the only place to make a podcast.